Imagine stepping out to your garage, ready to tinker with a family heirloom, only to find it barricaded by your neighbor's SUV, parked like a smug fortress. And there she stands, Karen, the HOA queen, clipboard in hand, declaring your hobby a threat to community harmony. But what starts as her power play spirals into a hilarious unmasking, where her fake rules crumble, and justice swings back with a crane and a courtroom twist. My name's Alex Thompson, and in the cookie-cutter suburb of Willowbrook, where every lawn must be manicured to perfection or face the wrath of the HOA, I was just trying to revive my late dad's vintage motorcycle in my garage. It wasn't a showpiece, cracked floors, rattling windows, but it was my sanctuary, echoing the grease-stained lessons from my old man about grit and gears. Whispers started soon after we moved in. Alex runs an illegal chop shop, they'd say at block parties. Eyes darting. I heard the rumors, felt the stares, but I stayed quiet, observing how Karen Mitchell, the HOA president, twisted facts like a pro wrestler with a grudge. She was all polished smiles and for the greater good speeches, but underneath, she was a control freak terrified of losing her throne. At first, it was subtle. A letter slipped under my door. Unsightly garage activity violates standards. Tools must be concealed. No mechanical work visible. I chuckled inwardly. Visible? In my own garage? But Karen wasn't joking. Mr. Thompson, she cooed one afternoon, knocking sharply while I was wrenching a bolt. We pride ourselves on uniformity here. That mess lowers property values. Her voice dripped with false concern, like she was saving the neighborhood from apocalypse. It's just a hobby, Karen, I replied evenly, wiping my hands. Not hurting anyone. She pursed her lips. Oh, but it does. Rumors spread. You know. People talk. I nodded, filing it away, her way of admitting she fueled the gossip mill. The letters piled up like bad karma. Second one, nuisance noise from power tools, fines imminent. Third, non-conforming use, cease immediately or face penalties. Each time, I'd appeal politely, attaching deeds showing my rights. But Karen shot them down with escalating nonsense. Community covenant trumps your little ordinances, she'd email, signing off with for a better Willowbrook. Neighbors murmured sympathy, but paid their fines, too scared to rock her boat. I kept calm, documenting every smug exchange, every veiled threat. You think you're clever, Alex? She snapped during one driveway standoff. Keep pushing, and you'll see what real enforcement looks like. Her eyes gleamed with that desperate grip on power, like a fading starlet clutching her crown. Then came the blockade. Saturday dawn. I swung open the door to find her gleaming SUV jammed across my driveway, bumper kissing the garage like a rude kiss-off. Karen lounged against it, arms crossed, sunglasses perched. If you won't comply, you won't access it at all, she declared loudly, for the gathering audience of curtain twitchers. This is for order. My pulse raced, but I smiled thinly. Trespassing much, Karen? Move it. She laughed, that grating. Superior cackle. HOA authority. Dear. Police will back me. They always do. Neighbors gawked, some snickering underbreath at her overreach. I snapped photos, my wife filming as Karen flailed her clipboard. No recording. This is harassment, she yelped. Public view. I shot back coolly. Your move's on tape. Enjoy the replay. The cops arrived, lights flashing, and Karen pivoted to victim mode. He's threatened me. Unsafe. But my evidence flipped the script. Ma'am, this is private property, the officer said, stifling a grin at her sputtering. She doubled down, suing me for theft after I called a crane buddy to hoist her SUV skyward and plop it on the mayor's pristine lawn, her ally in HOA schemes. Courtroom chaos ensued. Her rants about community ownership exposed phantom fees. Embezzled dues for non-existent pools. The judge roared with laughter at her fraud. You own nothing but your delusions. Neighbors erupted in cheers as audits revealed her slush funds. Her board crumbling like cheap drywall. In the end, Willowbrook breathed free, no more petty tyrants. Karen slunk away. Jobless. Friendless. Her empire audited to dust. I revved Dad's bike in my open garage. Neighbors toasting the takedown. But was I the villain for fighting back? Or was she for abusing power under a veil of rules? You tell me, was justice served? Or just delicious revenge?